to express a very, very deep concern about public safety in the city of Houston and the future of these officers who are presently with me. Let me first start by saying that my name is Derek Muhammad, spelled D-E-R-I-C-M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D, community activist with the Millions More Movement Ministry of Justice. I have with me today Sergeant Kenneth Perkins, Sergeant Shelby Stewart, Police Officer Raul Williams, Collins, thank you, Raul Collins, and the attorney behind me to my far left, Warren Fitzgerald. These officers, along with other officers, filed a lawsuit against the city of Houston because the city of Houston and the Houston Police Department would not allow them to work certain jobs in the Houston Police Department because of their no beard policy. These young men suffer from a medical condition that is called, well, that is abbreviated PFB, and I don't know how to pronounce the long version of it, but it is a shaving issue, a shaving disease, that if and when you shave, the hair follicles may grow underneath your skin. It could get infected, and for this reason, these men are medically, they have been medically advised not to shave. So this is a medical condition that only affects black officers, and the strenuous no beard policy has affected the careers of these men, and so they took it upon themselves to go ahead and file this lawsuit. Well, within the framework of the investigation of the lawsuit, it was discovered that the gas mask issued to Houston police officers do not and will not work in a CBRN situation. CBRN meaning chemical, biological, radiological, neurological. In an incident, nuclear, thank you. Chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear environment, these gas are not designed to protect a human being from death in a situation like that. There was a beard committee that was put together by the Houston Police Department, and this committee came to the conclusion that these men cannot work patrol because if indeed they were called, or there was a call for service in a CBRN situation, the beards that they have would not allow them to receive a proper seal, and they would not be protected in a CBRN situation. Well, according to the manufacturer of this mask, and according to the city of Houston's own experts, these masks do not work in a CBRN environment in the first place. The only thing that this mask is halfway good for is an escape. If indeed the committee says that an officer should be able, if there is a CBRN call for service, an officer should be able to go to the scene and hold the scene until specialists arrive. Well, if you issued these officers this mask, and these masks indeed do not work in that environment, then what you have done is you have endangered the lives of thousands of officers. So we are wondering if the over 4,000, I believe, police officers in the city of Houston, we're wondering if they know that they are riding around with equipment that indeed will not work in environments that they were taught and trained that that equipment would work in. We're wondering how the Houston Police Officers Union feels about that if indeed the police officers on the street do not know this. And if indeed this mask does not work, then why are these young men who are sitting with me and the others who have filed the lawsuit, why they're being singled out and discriminated against for not being able to get a seal on a mask that does not work anyway? So if I may read to you from the report, the final committee report, it's from the Beard Committee. It says that the committee reasoned that patrol officers are first responders and likely to be the first to confront an unplanned incident involving biological or chemical hazards. This means that an officer on patrol may very well get a call that there's a chemical or biological hazard in a particular area. In the event that an incident occurred, the committee agreed that it is unlikely that a patrol officer who was dispatched to a scene would be able to assess the situation, hold the scene for backup, and retreat to safety within the 15 minutes allowed by the escape hood. This concern is especially true given the congestion and traffic that would occur as the result of a WMD situation. Okay. But the Scott Health and Safety Pro Mask, 40 full face piece respirator, that's thing right here, this thing right here. What I have right here is the manufacturer's, what's this thing called? This is from the manufacturer. This is the warranty. The manufacturer says that this respirator is not intended for use in atmospheres which are or may become immediately dangerous to life or health, or in atmospheres where the identity and or concentration of the contaminant is unknown. And the city's own specialist says that this mask is not designed for a CBRN situation, which means that if you have this mask and you go into a CBRN environment thinking that it works, you will literally be going to your death. So what we are asking or advising the media to do is maybe step out on the street and ask the officers who have been issued this mask if they believe that this mask would protect them in a CBRN situation. If not, then they may very well have been misled, and this represents a serious liability to the city. Because if these officers cannot protect themselves with this mask, then they definitely cannot protect the citizens of the city of Houston if indeed a CBRN attack took place, a terroristic attack took place.